Greetings, folks. This is Tim from Box Stock Garage. Got a little bit of an update on the very early days of the glory days of racing proof build. So I'm going to get the camera turned around. Key's going to come in and say hi. Aren't you, bud? And we're going to talk about Box Stock Garage heading outside the box and outside the comfort zone. So coming up just a second. Let me get this turned around and we'll show you what we got. All right, we're back. So very, very early days, like I said, on the build. I got the wheels. Actually, let me go back in a bit. There we go. So I've got the wheels hit with some little bit of dull, and with the black panel liner just to make them look a bit more realistic. So those are taken care of. Haven't put them all together yet, but so then next up in this Grumpy's toy was putting together the carburetors and putting them on the high-rise manifold. And I mean, the carbs don't look too bad. You know, they're two-piece, and you're probably not going to see much of anything. There you go. You can see they're 4-barrel and whatever. So this is where going outside the box begins. So I'm going to give a shout out to Ron Kuhn Resins. What I did was I picked up a bunch of his Holly carbs, and I did double check. And Grumpy, we've got contingency stickers for Holly, so these are going to be, you know, accurate. So again, tough to tell, but so much detail. And you folks that use 3D printed parts, you know, you're already hip to the jive. So these are going to get painted up, and they're going to go, the two of them are going to go on top of that high rise. So that's the first part. So moving along through the instructions, then we come to the distributor. And so multiple shout outs to Josh over at VCG Resins. This just came in the other day. I was actually going to do a What Did I Buy Wednesday, but I'm giving you a bit of a preview. So I grabbed some distributors. So they're already drilled. So I'm going to wire up the engine with the distributors. I'm going to put in a starter instead of the kit starter, which I don't have handy, but I'm going to use the starter by Reese, VCG Resins by Reese, by Josh. And finally, and this is a huge difference, again from Josh, I picked up some batteries. The batteries have the decals with them, and there is a big difference here. The kit battery is very narrow. It's very short. So the concern that I had is in the kit, the battery attaches here at the front fender, and it doesn't help that I've got everything in primer, but that attaches right there. So my concern was clearance. If I put this battery on that same mount, you know, would it clear? And I'm not going to do this on camera. I did this test. I've got a still picture, which I'm going to put in here right now, but it does fit. And when I finally get in there, if it seems a bit snug, you know, I'll be able to work around it. But at this point, it looks pretty good. It looks like it will, in fact, fit. Then you know, this is what we're talking about here, is when the frame goes on, you know, that guy just kind of slides forward, and the battery's going to drop right down in here. So, and so, like I said, I've got that picture, which I've already shown. It's going to fit. So I'm pretty stoked about this. You know, I haven't used any 3D printed parts yet, any of my builds. I have used one aftermarket wired distributor. So, this, I'm going to have to, cut my wires and do the wiring myself for this guy. But that's okay. I just want to get outside my comfort zone and do a little bit more with this. So I thought about, getting a whole new engine, but I'm not going to go that far just yet. I'm still going with baby steps here. So, I've got my engine primed. My 2 engine halves, I'm going to get them put together. So looking forward to this a lot. So again, shout out to Ron Kuhn Resins. Shout out to VCG Resins by Reese. Shout out to Dirt Road Cinderella for providing me with a discount code for VCG. And I'll have links to all those folks in the chat, in the description. But for now, I'm gonna get stuck back into it and see what kind of progress I can make on this Sunday afternoon. I've run out of builds for Sunday afternoon cars and coffee, so I don't know, call this Sunday afternoon cars and coffee. So shout out to Paul over at Left Coast Model Car Builds and his family. So thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. And let's hear it for the glory days. Have a good one. This is Tim and Key sitting over there basking in the window. We're out of here.